So Sleepaway Camp 3 was another one that really worked. It still played on the humor element. Pamela Springsteen was back playing Angela again. You had a new cast of kids, or 20-somethings playing kids. You had, some slutty characters. You had some badass characters in there that were always wanting to fight. You had the romances going on and things like that. And then you had the kills. Again, there were some really good kills in this one. A woman getting her head run over by a lawnmower. Girl being run up a flagpole and then letting her fly back down and her head just splatters everywhere. Let's see, a woman getting her head chopped off by an axe. Just tons of things like that. Oh, one of my favorite kills is actually this guy keeps throwing firecrackers at Angela all the time and kind of, scaring her. So she ends up putting a firecracker in this guy's nose and then letting it just blow up his face, and this other guy's watching the whole time. I don't know why, but that scene is just so humorous to me. And then to hear the other guy scream, and then she hits him in the head and drags him into a tent and sets it on fire, and the guy's evidently still alive during that time, because you can hear him scream when she sets the tent on fire. And there's actually an extension of that scene if you watch the extra features, where after she burns the guy up in the tent, she puts a marshmallow on the end of a stick and actually roasts a marshmallow over the carcasses of all these dead people that she's put in this tent and burn up. So you definitely need to watch that. Also, Michael J. Pollard is in this film, and as sleazy as his character is, you can't help but laugh at him some. And a lot of you will remember Michael J. Pollard from House of a Thousand Corpses, the beginning of Rob Zombie's House of a Thousand Corpses. Watch for Michael J. Pollard in that. The guy can essentially play the same character over and over and over again and get away with it. He's one of the few people that can do that. And he is just so funny. Like I said, even when he's being a sleazy, disgusting character, he is still funny. And I think he really worked in this film. The lady, I can't remember her name right now, but the lady that played his wife in the film, they were the two head counselors. They really had a good dynamic and worked off each other in a wacky sort of way. So this movie again had a lot going for it. The characters were good in it. The kills were good. Subsequently, the effects were awesome. And it just, again, everything worked. And I really wish that Michael Simpson had been able to possibly direct the fourth film. Unfortunately, I don't know if he didn't want to, had no desire to do it, or maybe he wanted Pamela Springsteen back and couldn't get her, or perhaps he just wasn't asked. But I think they could have played on all the elements that Michael Simpson had put together and had more of these for years to come. It maybe could have been like Friday the 13th. It could have went on for 10 films or so. But, now that we've had that awful return to Sleepaway Camp, I'm not sure that the franchise will ever recover from that. But anyway, this is Sleepaway Camp 3. And we've got Sleepaway Camp 2. And the original Sleepaway Camp. So definitely pick those up if you can. I got this set actually when it came out in the box set. And again, if you'll notice, this has the red cross on it. So for those of you that were lucky enough to get in on the first run of the Sleepaway Camp box set, you got this rare cover, because that cover is no longer being sold. Unless you can find one on eBay or something, you probably won't be able to find it, because I believe the Red Cross threatened to sue either the distribution company, or I don't know, but they had a problem with the Red Cross symbol being used, I guess, on a horror film. So I believe the box sets after that little snafu have I believe a bloody handprint on them. So this would probably be considered a collectible if you can find it. And when it came out, I believe it was around $40. I believe you can get them cheaper now. So definitely either pick those up in the box set or pick them up separately. One other thing I wanted to remind everyone of, the original Sleepaway Camp, if you get it in the box set, and possibly if you just buy this regular Anchor Bay version, it is cut. Believe it or not, there are a couple of scenes that are cut, and I'm not sure if it was the print that Anchor Bay had and that's why it was cut. I really can't tell you why it was cut, but anyway, there is another version that you can get. You might have to get it on eBay. It was one that didn't have special features. It was one of those really cheaply made DVDs. But if you want to see it uncut and you can't get it on VHS, definitely try to find that really cheap Sleepaway version of Sleepaway Camp that came out. Again, I can't recall who the distribution company is that did that one, but it kind of has a generic cover on it. It doesn't have the original cover with the tennis shoe, the knife going through the tennis shoe like that. Okay, so you definitely be able to tell the difference. But anyway, that's all I have for now, and I hope to be back with another video soon. Thanks for watching, guys.